on EVA 102.5 FM. You're listening to Voices of Leicester with me, Khalil Kasim, and
Kulsum Hapaji.
so I'm going to do a quick introduction to me first. So obviously my name is Khalil Kasim. I am a counsellor and a therapist, and I've been doing it for around 4 or 5 years now, alhamdulillah. Um, Also, I'm currently doing my master's at De Montfort University in psychological well-being. I'm also enjoying myself this year, starting my first radio show after a while now. And I'm also here with obviously Kulsum, and I'm going to let her introduce herself, and you can take as long as you want to introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Kulsum. I finished college last year and I deferred my year, so this is technically my gap year. And then, inshallah, this year in September, I plan to go to university, to study politics and international relations.
Nice. Okay, cool. So me and Kulsum have actually been speaking for an hour already.
Yes.
So this is our second hour together. I'm going to just quickly run through the telephone number if you guys want to call in. So it's 0116 212 9324. I'll say that again. 0116 212 9324. And if you want to text in, which you can also, the number is 07450 925 084, and I'll say that again to text in. It's 07450 925 084. Okay, so one of the reasons why I wanted to have Kulsum on today is because one, I'm going to compliment her now. Let's see if she's okay with compliments. Is one, I think she's very open-minded. Okay. Two, I like the project that she's been doing, and I've been following you for a while, Kulsum, and on social media and stuff. And one thing that I also enjoyed is the fact that you're also taking a gap year. Because a lot of people don't know about this about me. I took 2 gap years out of education and life itself, basically, because I was just doing my own thing. So I wanted to just kind of give you the kind of platform to just talk about your journey. You took your year out, and you've been doing a lot of cool and fun stuff, mashallah. So I thought, let me just have you on, see what you can say. And if there is anyone that does listen to this on YouTube later on, because you lot are probably lazy and you're probably going to watch this later, not live, that you can kind of just shed some of your own story or your own journey, and what you kind of found interesting, what you've learned about yourself, taking a year out.
Definitely. So I basically, when I was applying for university, I deferred my year. So at the beginning, I wasn't actually going to take a year out, like everyone else. I wanted to go straight to university.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm taking a year out. Like, it seemed really daunting. So then my sister, she convinced me. She's like, take a year out, defer a year. So I did that. I deferred my year. And then so here I am with this gap year. So alhamdulillah, I have been doing like a few bits and bobs. And one of the things, like you mentioned, is this project. So I started this project like at the end of first year college. So it's called Colours of Leicester. And if anyone wants to check it out, it's on Instagram, Colours of Leicester. And it's basically a project for the community, for Leicester. And so what I do is I go around Leicester and I take photos of people and I talk to them. And I get to know their story. I spend time with them. I get to know their story. I get to know their struggles or their achievements, and then I showcase all of that on the actual Instagram page. And it's a way of viewers or like readers of their stories to really connect with the people of Leicester and to kind of create a sense of community in Leicester. Because I think a lot of people, we tend to. We're so busy with our day-to-day lives that when we are going from A to B, we don't really spend time like actually talking to people. So whether that be like your neighbor or someone, we just say, "Oh, hey,"
That's
and
so
then
true.
we just have. I think it's like superficial kind of greeting.
Yeah.
Like we don't actually ask them, "Oh, actually, how are you?"
Yeah.
And I think we need to have more of those conversations. So inshallah, like this project is for that.
Nice. Okay, so before you started the project,
Yeah.
were you like, oh, I want to just do a change for myself, but I also want to kind of document it for other people so they can also be like, oh, hang on a second, this project's about bringing people together, or a complete stranger that you have no clue what their name is, what they do, where they're from, their story basically. But in passing, like you said, from A to B, you're like, oh, hi, you're right, okay, bye. Like, that's it. And that is a little bit superficial because everyone just feels like, oh, yeah, they say the odd hi and bye. And then that's it.
I don't blame them because, like, I think I do that sometimes. Like, we've all done that.
Yeah.
Like you just say, because you're so busy with your day-to-day life that you
also
because
we see it in others. Like growing up, like parents would be like, "Oh, stranger danger," and you're like, "Oh, so that means I can't say hi to anyone I don't know."
Yeah.
But in Leicester, like it's
Yeah.
such a small place. Yeah, it's like you kind of see the same people. Even okay, so even strangers, I feel like I've grown up with complete strangers. Like going to the same mosque, or going to the same school. You might
Yeah.
never have a conversation, but you see my man every day, and you're
Yes.
like, "I never spoke to you. I've
Yeah.
never said hi," and
Yeah.
we basically spent the last like 8 years together. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, so the project was mainly, I think, for myself as well, like to kind of talk to the people of Leicester, because Leicester is such a multicultural city.
Yeah.
So I was like, there are so many stories in Leicester, and so I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to, get to know them, and I think from the experiences that I gained from actually talking to people, I was like, I need to share this, and so
Yes.
yeah, so I started the project. Yeah.
What's your Instagram? And then so from that they can see your projects that you do. So just
So my actual personal one?
Yes.
So my personal one is just School to Hafaji or
Okay.
Gulsi.
Yeah.
And then from that, yeah, you can go to Colours of Leicester.
Okay, nice, cool. Now, in this, did you wait to take? So, did you think about this in your gap year, or did you think about doing it before? Like, when did you start this?
Oh, this was way before. So this was during college. So this
Okay.
was during, well, it was towards the end of first year college. So
Okay.
2017,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, June 2017. So it was around that time. So I was like really getting in touch with, like, I was looking at photojournalists and their work, and I was like amazed by it.
It's like people of New York, innit?
Yeah, Humans of New York.
Yeah, humans of New York.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it was incredible. I was like, all these people have like such different stories, and like I think as well, like we have stereotypes of certain people and things like that. And I think this project kind of rebuts that, and it just kind of shows like, no, actually people have like another side to them.
100%.
So it started off during college, and then when I actually took this year out, I was like, I want to continue it. And and then I actually showcased some of the photos, which was really good as well.
So you had an exhibition.
Yes.
Yeah, and come talk to. So we've obviously had this conversation, but the viewers, the listeners, they have no idea what this exhibition was about, when it was. Talk them through and me again through because I enjoyed it. I loved it. Like the process, how it came about, like what it actually was about.
Okay, so I kept in contact with this local journalist.
Yeah.
So during college, he came to my college, and I kept in contact with him. We exchanged like emails, and I was like, after all my exams, I'll contact him. So I told him about my project, and I told his wife as well. And they were like both really interested in it, and they're like, we could do something with this in the future. So I was like, okay, amazing. And then obviously exams came in the way, so
Always,
Yes.
like mosque exams, school exams, 500 plus
Yeah,
exams. You're like, what?
yeah.
I don't have time to even be me anymore.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So exams literally took my life. And
Wow. That's deep.
So it was really stressful during that time. So then I was like, so I put the project to the side and focused on exams. And then after that, because I deferred my year, during that summer, I tried to get in contact with John. So I actually lost his email. So I was like,
That's not good.
yeah. So then I literally did a bit of social media stalking, and I tried to find him. And
Wow.
I remember him doing like this Doc Media Festival. So I got his email from the website. And then, so then I contacted that email, didn't know if it'd go to him. And he actually emailed me back on my own email. And his wife emailed me as well saying, yeah, we'd love to meet for coffee. So I met both of them. And then from then on, things just carried on happening.
Yeah.
So kept in contact with him, did some work experience with John at his Doc Media Festival.
Nice.
And then after that, he had this opportunity where he had a pop-up shop. So he's like, your project, you could actually showcase your photos, bring friends, family, I can bring people.
I wasn't invited to this. I thought we were friends, man.
Well, there was only like a select amount of people
Wow.
I could invite.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, so it turned out really well. So
Yeah.
I invited people, and yeah, it was really cool. I just spoke about the stories that I'd found, how I actually approached the people.
Yeah, that's
which was
like you're like,
interesting.
hi, can I like talk to you
Yeah.
and also then do this and this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
hang on, I
Can
just
take a
met
photo
you.
of Yeah. But to be fair, like a lot of people are quite open-minded. When you actually go out there, you realize a lot of people do want to speak about their problems or their
Yeah.
issues, or not even their issues or problems.
Yeah.
They just want to speak about what they've done
Yeah.
that day. And I think we need to do a lot of that, because I think a lot of people sometimes don't have someone listening to them. So it's nice for them to have someone who actually sits and listens.
Yeah, like we miss out on that every day. Like you could be like, there's times like I'm a bit silly. I'm a bit of a child sometimes, not sometimes, all the time. So like I'll be in a lift or an elevator and it'll be quiet and there'll be 5 people in there and I'm like, and I'll say something or do something just to make everyone laugh, or like just to like, because it's weird, it's unnatural to be in like a, I don't know, what's a lift, like 4x4, and no one's saying nothing and there's 5 people in there. So most of the time when there's no music in the elevator playing, I'm like, oh, so there's no music in this elevator, that's awkward. And people are like, oh yeah, this guy's a bit weird, and just start laughing about it and stuff, just whatever. Even if
like break the ice.
The ice always, because I'm like, I'm a very, very like social person. Like I'm a little bit of a social butterfly. Like if I'm there with you and I don't know you, I'll make an effort, and I'm not gonna say put the term on it or it's small talk. No, I'm just like what's up, man? Like I see it as if God put us both there in every moment. So even right now, I might have messaged you saying, hey, listen, I want you to come on the show. There's a reason why you popped up in my head. There's a reason why you're here. Like it's all here to make an effort. It's never for no reason. So even when I'm going out there and I'm meeting strangers, complete strangers, and then you make like friends with them, and then this is so much fun, because even like your best friends right now, they want strangers. The people, everyone that you know now, like we don't want strangers. We didn't know of each other. And then think about it. That's how that initial step, just to be like sincere, or just to be happy, or to be open, to be like, oh hey, are you okay? And like, yeah, cool. And you're like, you're right, not just to talk about their problems or their issues, but just to talk about like who they are, even if it's just their name. And like so many old people sometimes, they get so happy and excited because I'm like young and whatever that means. And I'm like, oh, how are you, all right? And I'm like, yeah, how are you doing? What are you doing with your life? And they care so much because they don't have that connection. That connection gets lost. And it's sad sometimes. And then your project is so much fun and it's amazing. And one of your posts, like it wasn't a photo of her face, but it was the one in High Cross, the one you took in town. And I was like, that was so deep, because I'm like, now we know her story, but we don't really know her. But you are your story. Like what our stories define us. Like what we go through, how we act, how we behave. Journeys, that's definitely who we are. Like not how we look. And like you said, there is that superficial element where you look at someone, you're like, oh, that person looks a bit like rough, or like my family does it all the time. Sometimes they're like, oh, like they'll close the door. And it's insane because you're like, no, you don't know who that person is. And I think it does take time because it's an internal thing. Because I think growing up, we saw it like, oh, stay away from these people, stay away from those people. But you're like, no, they're actually not bad. But it comes from you. You got to make that initial step, and then for you to document it is awesome. I like it. And I was gonna say, okay, so the Colours of Leicester. Then you did the exhibition, and then you also do work with another one. Was it EAVA?
Oh, I write for EAVA.
You write for EAVA. Go on then.
So during this gap year, another one of my goals was to like write, and I had my own blog, so I'd try and write an article every month, but then I saw this opportunity on Instagram. You find all opportunities on Instagram. All the
time. And you do quite a lot of social media creeping. You said it. I was like, I didn't say that. You were like, you stalk someone. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and you find everything.
Yeah, you do.
And sometimes, well, most of the time you do it for good. And
you said,
I mean, people do it for good.
This is live.
I know. So on social media, there was an opportunity that was there to actually apply to write for EAVA. And it was in the beginning stages. So what happened was the actual social media platform. So I contacted the person that actually put it on their social media. And I applied for it. And then I submitted 2 of my pieces of work that I had.
Nice.
And then, they said you can start writing for us. So that's
nice.
Basically
it.
If
you don't mind me asking, what 2 pieces were they on? Like, what was the topic?
So one was called Let's Stop Being Sheep.
Nice. I like that one.
And the other one was about mindfulness. So I just submitted these 2. This was like the beginning staging of like writing itself. I think for me, like, I think writing as well, like it's like a skill like you keep developing. So I've always wanted to improve on it. And so this has been like an incredible platform to actually do that. So the platform itself is amazing. So for those of you who actually don't know what EAVA is, it's a platform which allows like Muslim writers to literally write about anything they want.
That's amazing.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. So just before, I think we've got like 5 minutes before we go to the break, but a couple of things. One, I was saying that Okay, so someone wrote something, and Colton, you want to say?
So the comment is, wonderful recount of your gap year journey. May you be blessed in your endeavours. I mean, Jazakallah so much for that. I mean,
So literally, that's perfect, because I was gonna say that when we do come back, we'll go into depth about Kulsum, the gap year, and even for me, I took a gap year, but it was
Yeah.
2 years,
Yeah.
and we wanna kind of go through the process of why we did it, kind of. If you're out there and you're kind of struggling, you kind of don't know what you want to do, that kind of stuff. But just going off of what you said with regards to Ihya, I enjoyed that. The fact that someone just wrote that they want the post and the links to be mentioned. Which ones? The ones for Instagram? Yeah, go on. Do your ones for Instagram.
So my own account is Gulsi on Instagram. So it's KULSII, and that will in the bio it'll let you go straight to Colours of Leicester, and yeah, so you can just go to Colours of Leicester through my account, inshallah.
Inshallah. Nice. Do you have a lot of people asking you about your projects when they go on your page, or is it more like, I came across Colours of Leicester, then I came to your page, like?
A lot of people just go straight to the Colours of Leicester page and they
Yeah.
just follow that. And if they have any questions, they'd go
Nice.
to that page, which is really cool. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, when we do come back, we're going to speak about the in-depth gap year, the process that you took and that I took, more about you really, because people want to listen to you, and then
your gap year
I'll
and your
put my
experiences.
two
Your
years,
2
yeah,
gap years.
it was amazing,
Yeah.
and the experiences, because one, I think there still is a stigma around gap years, like, you're
yeah.
taking a year out, like, what are you doing? And I don't like that, because it was really good and really important to not do it. At the same time, I think yeah. So like Kulsum said, we got another comment saying that the links are on Kulsum's Instagram page. Both of them are. Both
Yeah.
the projects.
Ihya as well would be on the Instagram page.
Yeah.
So you can go follow them as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. So if you wanted to write for Ihya, what do? Do you just hit them up? Be like, hey man, what's up?
So there are editors. So you could contact me if you want to know who to actually contact. But I'm sure if you go on their page on Instagram, Ihya, you'll find out who to contact. If not, yeah, feel free to text me. But yeah, so you basically contact one of them and they'll tell you to submit a piece of work. And you do that and it goes from there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So just quickly, I want to say that. So this show is just with me and Kulsum. We're gonna have other shows that are coming on. So our show is obviously called Voices of Leicester, and we want to have mainly youth on it. And youth, when I say youth, I mean it very loosely. You can be like 30 and still come on. Don't worry about it.
That's young.
You can come on. That's still young. Everything's young. And then as long as you're alive, it's okay. Yeah, as long as you're alive, you're young. It's okay. Akil, my producer's like losing his mind over there. But so what I want to do, so we want to have different guests on. We want to know if you want to come on, and if you do want to come on, what you want to speak about. We also want, we have this platform, and like you have, so Ihya has given a platform, you've created your own couple of platforms, which is amazing. And we want to just kind of have everyone's voices heard. We want to hear what people have to say. We want people just to have fun and enjoy life. My thing's always been happiness and freedom. And I think I seen that quote once and it was amazing. And it said, life without expression is boring. And I love that, because as social creatures, we're always constantly expressing ourselves, whether it be through our thoughts, behavior, or feelings. And we need a platform to do that sometimes. And sometimes these platforms exist or they don't exist. So you can create your own one. And I love the fact that you created them, because a lot of the times people will be like, that doesn't exist, so I can't do it. But then they'll never think, if it doesn't exist, I can then create it, and then for others can then come to it through me, through my own actions, through my own creating of a platform or whatever. But we have a minute or so left. I'm going to go through a couple of points and formalities. So obviously we are on Ramadan Radio, on EAVA FM, on 102.5 FM. We are in the studio. We are live right now. So if you do want to ring in, you can call in. And the number is 0116 212 9324. That's, again, to call in is 0116 212 9324. And if you want to text in, and we can obviously, you can ask us questions. We can basically respond to any statements you make. So the text-in number is 07450 925 084. So again, the text-in is 07450 925 084. And we'll be going on break in around 30 seconds or so. So inshallah, when you come back, and we'll also be here, we're not going anywhere, we'll be talking about gap years. We'll be talking about the process behind both of our gap years that we both took, and kind of what we did in those gap years, what we found out. Kind of, I think I would say I'm an advocate for telling people to take a gap year out.
Okay.
I would say that I think it's important for everyone to do so. I'm going to go into more detail about that. And We have a few seconds left, and inshallah, so we'll still be back. We'll be here for another half an hour or so, inshallah, after the break. And inshallah, I'll see you in a few seconds, inshallah. And in the meantime, take care. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. May peace and blessings be upon all of our viewers and our listeners. You are listening to Ramadan Radio on EAVA FM 102.5 FM. Like I said, if you do want to call in, you can, and the number is 0116-212-9324. And if you want to text in, then the number is 07450925084. So our show is called Voices of Leicester. And today, obviously, with your host Khalil, I have Kulsum on. And one of the things that we both have in common is that we took a gap year out. Mm-hmm. I took 2 years out. Kulsum's currently on her gap year. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to let her talk through the process of why she maybe wanted to take it, what a gap year now means to her. Now she's kind of coming towards, I think you're in the middle of it or coming towards the end?
Kind of towards the end now.
Towards the end now, like what you learned through it, your process, like what you thought of it now. So the floor is yours.
Okay. So originally I applied for university and I was going to go straight to university after college. But then my sisters were like, take a gap year, defer it. Because one of my sisters, she took a gap year as well.
Awesome.
She took 2 years, like
yes,
you.
Now.
So she's like, take one. Even if you know what you want to do, it's just so good to have a break after A-levels. So I was like, okay, I'll think about it. So I deferred my year to university. So I told university I want to come in 2019 instead of 2018. And then, so when I finished college, I kind of just went with it. I'd already deferred my year. I got a place at university, but I was like, let me just take this year out. So this year has been really good. Like, I think at the beginning I was like, I need to do a lot of things to justify why I took a year out. But I've slowly started to realize, like, the fact that I've just taken a year out and like having this time to myself to do like things I enjoy, it's just so rewarding and it's so nice. And I have been doing other things like my project, Colours of Leicester, writing for EAVA, doing a bit of work experience, and a few other things that I wanted to do. So it has been, been really good,
You know, so, okay, my gap year was a little bit different.
Yes.
So when I went to uni for like, I'm going to say a month, just to be nice to myself, like a month or maybe 2 months max. And I was doing law, and I only went into doing law because I'm like, I got a place at Derby University to do law. I never wanted to do law. I was good at doing law, but I knew I wasn't going to be the life that I wanted or like the profession that I wanted to work in. So then after a month or so, you get your first installment from student finance. And I'm like, yeah, I got the money. And I was like, cool, but I also don't want to be at uni anymore because law is boring. Okay. And no offense to anyone that does law. And then so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave uni and just take a year out. So now the funny thing is I took a year out, but I already knew what I was going to do. But I didn't get into the uni that I wanted to get into to do what I wanted to do. They said that you can come, but I had to wait like a week or so and then to get in. I was like, I can't be bothered to wait around. I don't like to wait. So then I just decided, okay, I'm going to just do law, see how it goes.
Okay.
And I already knew in the back of my mind that I was going to leave at some point. But I wanted to go because my brother went to Derby Uni. And then my cousin also went. And I had a few friends that went as well. So for me, I was young. I was chilling. I wanted to just chill with my boys, whatever. And then when I went to uni, I was like, yeah, actually, you know what? Let me take a step back because I don't want to be doing law. I know what I want to do. Let me just take this year out now. Just to kind of hang out, chill. And it wasn't like most people take a year out because... Most people take a year out because they don't know what they want to do. They want to kind of figure out.
Yeah.
I'm glad I knew what I wanted to do. So it meant in my gap year, I didn't have to like find what I wanted to do. I could just literally chill. And when I say chill, oh my gosh, I just hung out. And I had money from student finance. I didn't have to pay them back immediately. So here I am, like, I don't know how old I was, 18? Going on 19, like pocket full of money. I was like, I'm gonna just chill. I'll just like eat, watch movies, hang out with friends. And I'm like, yo, where's everyone today? They're like, oh, I'm at uni or I'm at college. I'm like, boring. I'm out and about. Let's go do stuff. Whatever it was, yeah. And that year went quite quick because I didn't plan on doing anything anyway. I was like, I'm gonna take a year out, then I'll go back and I'll do sociology and I'll do what I love. That's the course I love doing, and that's what I did in my undergrad in. And then after that year, I was like, I wouldn't say I took a step away from the rat race. I was like, I know what I want to do. I know why I want to do it, but I also I don't feel like doing it right now. Like, so even going back to the first gap year, we were in education. Well, I was anyway for 12 years. I think legally you have to be in for around 12 years. Yeah. And then you finish at A-levels. You don't have to go to A-levels, but you have to do up to GCSEs.
Yeah, I think
yeah?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, cool. But at the same time, we had mosque. And school at the same time, yeah? So there was school exams, there was mosque exams, then there was mosque revision, and then school revision. and you have like what 6 courses at GCSEs or whatever it might be, and then at mosque you have 4, and like you got to do your Quran, you got to do Tajweed, you got to do Ikhlas books, you got to do all those other books. I'm like, hang on a second, I'm a child, man. Why am I doing so much work? I don't understand this. And I didn't lose myself, but I hated what I was doing. I felt like sometimes like you're a robot in a system. So I coined the term righteous rebellion, and I'm like, forget it. It's my turn to play. It's my turn to play the game now, and I'm not going to play the game. I'm gonna just let everyone do their thing. I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna hang out, and I know what I'm gonna do. And those 2 years was the best literally the best 2 years of my life. Like, alhamdulillah, my life's been cool and amazing and fun. But those 2 years just doing nothing was awesome. I loved it. Like, I didn't care that my friends were graduating or my friends were making money at their workplaces or at their jobs. I'm like, no, I'm happy. My thing has always been, as long as I'm happy, it's okay. As long as I'm not hurting anyone, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, family was like, oh, like, obviously, you need to go back to university. What are you going to do? And I was like, no, trust me, I'll go back. But after that 1 year, I was like, no, I'm not going back to uni.
You enjoyed it too much.
I enjoyed it. And I'm like, okay, there's no rush. And
Yeah.
I always ask myself I have this weird philosophy now. I'm like, okay, if I rush, all it means is I do it quicker. But if I do it quicker, 1, am I going to be happy? And 2, even if I have done it and it's done, it's completed what I wanted to get done, what does that mean? There's still other level or steps to take. I'm like, I don't care. I'm happy where I am now. And this was my mindset after the first gap year. I was like, okay, I'm happy where I am now. I know where I'm going. And it also allowed me to do other things. So even in that gap year, apart from just chilling and hanging out and just getting kind of a little bit chubby because I was just eating a lot, I had football trials. I enjoyed playing football. And I ended up having football trials for like England under 21s, for Liverpool, for Birmingham, for Colchester, I was literally traveling the UK playing football, and I was having fun. I was having the time of my life, and I loved it. And I don't think I would have had a chance to do that had I been doing university or been in a job, or whatever it might be. It allowed me to be like, okay, I talk to myself in first person. My nickname's KK, so I'm like, okay, KK, you want to just chill, but there's also other things that you wanted to do for a very long time. But you weren't doing those things because of mosque exams or school exams, and then you took that year out. You kind of just
had that break.
Yeah. And then there's also a saying where people are like, oh, you wasted so much time, but no, because there's a saying that says, time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted time. Because I was happy, I was fun, and there were times at school where I hated education, I hated school. I'm like, I'm not an academic kind of person. Now I've slowly grown to love it and love academia for my own personal benefit. Like, if I want to travel the world, I've got to do this master's, or I have to do this course, and I absolutely loved it. And then those 2 years, I would happily say that, like, I learned a lot, like, whether it be about religion, whether it be about what I actually want to do when I get older, like, and it allowed me to just be free and to breathe, and I loved it. And I literally would tell everyone, if you are confused or you don't know what you want to do, take a gap year, because there is no rush. It's just a couple of days. It's 365 days, bro. Like, it's just days. It's just, that's all it is. But then I understand sometimes there's like circumstances that are external, such as family or financial or what culture or religion, whatever it might be. But I would always say to people that if it's not immediate and it's not a need, then just chill for a bit. And that's just my thing to them.
Or even like get experience in something that you're interested in, or explore what you like doing. I think your hobby could actually become your job or like your career. And I think right now in today's day and age, like you can create a job out of anything. Like with social media, with everything, you can make your hobby literally your job. So I think I think gap years should be encouraged. Even taking that year out, like us do, like, we know what we kind of wanted to do. And I know what I kind of want to do, but I think this year will allow you to, just have a break from A-levels. And like you said, we've been in education for really long. So a year out is just a nice breather. It's a chance for you to, get out and explore the world.
100%. Maulana Salim Loga saying, wow, mashallah, great topic, jazakallah. It is, because so even me sometimes, so I'll say to my little nephews or my cousins or whatever, I'm like, listen, if you don't know what you want to do, you're unsure, take a year out. And their family like, no, we're saying, Khalil, stop saying it. And I'm like, no, because it's good. If there's no rush, and I love what you said, like, you can figure out what you like. It's not about making money all the time. It's about being happy. And let's say you have a creative side and you haven't kind of been in tune with that side for a while now, and you're like, oh, let me get work experience there, let me get work experience there, whatever you feel like doing. because we don't know what we don't know. Like we spoke and before we did the show, like there's some people that think that being a lawyer is amazing and awesome, and for some people it is. But for others, they don't get told the truth. Like it's hard or it's difficult. And I'm not just saying law, I'm saying any profession. Being a counselor, being a doctor, being a teacher, whatever you want to call it, even being self-employed. Yeah. Whatever you want to fill the gap with, fill it with. But we were saying that people don't get told what's hard about certain things. Certain things are beautified. Yeah. But, and you'll realize what you can do or figure out what you can and cannot do if you do those things. And a lot of the times we don't do that. We just get told, oh, I feel like I'm going to like that. I have so many people at uni that I met who actually hated their course and they're in their last year. I'm like, what's going on? I felt like the outlier. I was like, I was the only one that loved what I did at university.
Yeah. I think, yeah, exactly. Like, I think even with when you're going to university, I think a lot of people go to university, and I'm just generalizing here, but I think after college, like university is seen as the next step. It's like the next thing to do. Yeah. So gap years are seen as they're kind of like you're a bit unsure about what you want to do, and it's not as stable as going to university. And I think that's why people get scared. I think that's why I was kind of scared as well. I was like, I'm going to be a year behind everyone. But really, like a year is nothing in the grand scheme of things. A year is just, and I think the year actually kind of puts your focus back on, like, if you want to do a degree and you're 100% sure, you know what, this is what I want to do. Taking a year out will make you feel like, okay, this is actually what I want to do. Because some people throughout the year realize, like, okay, that degree wasn't for me, so let me change it. And the year gives them that fact that, you know, they can change things. There is a comment. A gap year allows one to breathe as one has already completed statutory education. It allows a young person to explore other options. Definitely, 100%. I completely agree with that. I think taking a gap year is... I think it's underestimated how good a gap year, how beneficial a gap year can actually be to a person. Even if you know what you want to do or you don't know what you want to do, having that breather after A-levels and all your other exams allows you to see the world in a different light. And when you go back into education, if you do want to go back into university, you'll come from a different perspective because you've actually been in the world. Yeah. You've actually seen the world.
Yeah. Not just living in a classroom and...
Not living in a classroom,
I've got to revise for January exams and then January's over. Forget about everything you learned about. Now let's get ready for like June exams. And it's like... It becomes
like
so much...
a circle of exams,
it's a cycle and I know so many people like it basically lessened their spark. Like they loved it. They loved education and they loved doing certain things. But in the education system, that's another topic for another day. It doesn't work for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, like you can't judge everyone on the same kind of skills or qualifications or the same level because everyone's different. Some people are creative. Yeah. But where does that side come into it? Oh, you have to do like product design or like food. And it's like, no, like there's stigma attached to so many things. And one of those things is a gap year. When you say I'm taking a gap year, like, oh, like poor person, they don't know what they're doing. Like, oh, I feel sorry for them. Like, no, man, the gap year is amazing. And even if you're doing nothing in that gap year, even if you're just recharging yourself, you're just sick and tired of revising or learning knowledge for exams or whatever it might be. Even if you do not, so in my fresh, that's what I did. I just said, okay, done. I can breathe now. I can just chill. I can just be me. And then if you're someone that doesn't know who you are yet, you can find yourself. You can figure out what you like, what you don't like. And no offense to any parents out there, but a lot of parents don't like that, taking the gap year. They think, oh, my child's going to be behind. You said you felt like you'd be behind. But what is behind and what is forward? Like,
everyone's on their own journey.
It's socially constructed to an extent because everyone is on their own journey. Like to say, oh, he's in like fourth year, I must have been in fourth year. No, he's doing him. Like there's no one like people say that there's man-made rules like, oh, if you're this age, you have to be married or what. You know how you said that I have this little joke that I made once, to my uni lecturer, and I was like, oh, to most people, a standard life is you're young, you grow a little bit older, you do well in your exams to get a good job, to get some money, to pay for like your husband or your wife, and then you get kids, and then you just wait to die, and then you're dead. And that was your life. And I'm like, that's boring. I'm not having that. And I was always constantly, when I was younger, I always used to ask why. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And I never planned on taking a gap year out. For me, like it presented itself, and I'm like, oh, why not? Why would I not just stop doing stuff? Because I'm not in a rush. I don't care about age. I don't care about a lot of things. And like my family, to some extent, they struggled with it because they were like, oh, you need to kind of focus on what you want to do and what you need to understand. And for me, it's like, yeah, I get it. I respect that. I respect parents' view on they know what's best for you sometimes, and they can kind of figure out what if you don't know what to do. But if you don't allow someone to take that time out for themselves, they'll never know what they kind of good at or what they're not good at or what they like or what they don't like. We've got a comment here. I'm going to let Kulsum read it out.
I feel parents also need to understand and be the barometer, honing on what their child needs, especially when they wish to take a gap year. Important thing is not to compare with other children. Yeah, I think we live in a society where I think we're all compared with one another as well. So like we've just been talking about, everyone is in their own journey, and I think once parents see like their child is good at something specific, not to what society deems as amazing, like law, medicine, or something like that, but they have a creative side or they have a different side to themselves. And if parents allowed them to grow on that and like really focus on that, someone could have a job in that or a career in that. And again, we're all on our own different separate journey. So a gap,
100%.
like a year out isn't going to change. It could actually like make you have a more interesting journey and make you stand out.
Like it made me realize that I'm not on anyone else's time frame. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So I came up with like a little small analogy when I was younger, right? Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm on one side of a river by myself because everyone's in education. All my friends were still at uni, whatever. And then everyone else was on another side. And there was me on one side and my friends, my family, whoever, like teachers, whatever you want to say, were on another side saying, come to this side. Everyone's doing it. You've got to do it. And I was like, no, hang on a second. I'm happy on this side. Like the flowers are growing here as well. Like wherever I water it, it's like grass is always greener where you water it, right? Not always on the other side, it's where you water it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm happy here. I'm not in no rush. And I would always say to people, hang on a second, why are you telling me to come over there? 1, you don't even like the course you're doing. 2, you're out of uni. 3, you're paying what, £9,000 a year or whatever, and you're not happy. Leave me alone because I'm happy. That's literally what I would be like. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm okay. I'm figuring out what I want, and it's interesting and it's really cool. Okay, there's another comment here.
So this is a great topic to discuss. I'm 6 years out of uni and working in the field I studied for, but I'm still lost. So it's not just late teens who are confused, but also us closer to 30, still looking for my inspiration, and I regret not taking a gap year, now considering though. Wow, yeah. I think gap years aren't just for people who are leaving college or whenever. You can take a gap year even if you're midway through like your job, like you're studying whatever, or you're in your job. I think a gap year should be for everyone. And that's amazing that you're actually doing that right now. I think a lot of people just feel like, okay, I didn't take a year out. I'm not really happy with the job I'm in. But you know what? I'm just going to live through it and I'm going to continue it. But that is really cool that you're actually doing that. And I think a lot of people, after you finish university, there is no job for someone. So like, we are told, let's go, like after college, you go straight to university, and then there's no job that's guaranteed at the end of it. So you're kind of in a job that you didn't really want to be in, and you need the experience, and it's just like a whole cycle.
And it's true,
So that's really cool that you're doing that.
100%, yeah. And I love the fact that I said, yeah, it is those two at any age. And take a gap year whenever you want, bro. Like, even if you've taken 3 already, and
go for it.
Like, let's say you're 50 years old and you, even if you have like wife and kids or whatever, all of you could just take a gap year. Like this whole concept of gap year, and it mostly is pertaining to those that we would assume are just leaving A levels or going to university or whatever. But you can stop. You can change your life whenever you want. You can basically take a pause, take a step back, or stay in the same place and be like, hang on a second, let me reassess, let me evaluate my life, because you live once. This is one life you got. Yeah, why not make it fun? Why not make it something interesting? Why not enjoy it as much as you possibly can?
Yeah, definitely.
We got another comment.
We have another comment. Salam. I do feel sorry for kids and parents nowadays. Every stage of a child's education, parents are told this is the stage that really matters. Get this wrong and then you have a less chance at success. It starts in preschool and goes all the way through the system. Key stage 1, key stage 2. There's so much pressure to do well in test, and same goes for madrasa. It's too much. Definitely. Yeah. I think we were talking about this before as well. We constantly going through this entire cycle of education where, like you said, key stage 1, key stage 2, and it just doesn't stop. And then you go to university. And then once you leave university, you're like, oh, wait, this is the real world. What do I do now? And sometimes it's not a job for you that you actually studied for. So you did a degree in whatever, and there's no job that leads you from that degree to a job that you want. So you're constantly just going through education, and then you get into the real world and you have no experience about the real world, or you have nothing. And when you want a job that you do actually want to go into, they want experience, and you don't have
Yeah.
that because
Like,
you've been studying.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we want experience for
Yeah,
experience,
there is
but
a
no
lot
one
of-
wants to give experience. Like, oh, hang on, so where do I fit in all of this stuff? And
Yeah.
the thing is, yeah, and I want to touch upon this quite a lot, is you have to do what you enjoy. You have to do it like you love it, right? You got to enjoy it, because let's say you're in a job, yeah, and you've worked so hard to get there, and you went through uni, you went through all like the normal avenues or routes, and you're not happy. No matter what anyone is, or where you're from, your culture, your ethnicity, your background, whatever, everyone's main thing is happy. They want to be happy. They want to be content. They want to be happy. They want to enjoy what they do, yeah? So it's never too late to take a step back. And at the same time, you can always change it. You can always be like, yeah, I enjoy doing that, but I've never tried that. Let me go try that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't know if you're going to enjoy it or not enjoy it. Also, we got a comment on Facebook saying from Sophia Ravat saying, absolutely agree. I wish I took a gap year. I did the regular college, then university route. I think if I wanted, I would have enjoyed my studies, especially as I would have been mentally mature. Yes, 100%. So again, you are listening to Ramadan Special on EAVA FM 102.5 FM. If you want to call us and have your say on the topic that we're speaking about, you call in on 0116 212 9324, or if you want to text in, you can text in on 07 450 925 084. So we've got like around 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah. Kulsum, anything you want to say, add?
I think the comments have been great. I think everyone is realizing that, gap years are important. And I think wherever you are right now, even if you are in a job which you don't like, if the situation is okay, and if you're not going to drastically change anything in your life, take a gap year if it's not going to be a risk to anything else. I think take that leap, take that gap year. You hear loads of people who have career changes, and loads of people who just need a break. So I think I'd recommend a gap year to everyone. And yeah, there is another comment. Excellent show discussing the benefits of a gap year. Really appreciate the honesty. Definitely. Yeah.
Like, one thing I would definitely like to say, yeah, is, and it sounds cliche and everyone says it, but not that many people do. I don't enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm going to change, right? And we spoke about it earlier before we did the show. Like, there's so much stuff so many ideas that we have planned, so many things that we also want to do. And sometimes we just put it on the back burner because we're like, I'm going to live till like I'm 100 and I'll just do whatever whenever I can. And sometimes like, no, because that change, that start, it can only come from you. Yeah. And like, people can walk your path, but people can hold your hand, but no one's going to walk it for you. Yeah. You can change at any moment in time. You can say, okay, you know what, today I'm not doing this. Today I'm going to take a break. Today I'm going to just hang out. Or today I'm going to try find something new. I had football trials. And all it was a simple couple of Google searches. And before you know it, I was traveling the UK having football trials. That's all it is. Like, people think, oh, that's too far away. That's too far-fetched of an idea. I don't think I'll be able to do that. You owe it to yourself as a human being to at least try for you. If not for anyone, forget anyone else. If not, minimum, at least try for yourself and your own happiness.
Find yourself, basically.
100%,
Find what you like doing, exactly. Yeah. I think just generally, I think what we were discussing before the break, we mentioned how it's so important to go out in the community as well and to talk to people. I think overall, if we, be more proactive, try and get contacts as well. I think wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, I think getting contacts is amazing because it will help you. In whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
100%.
So me and Kulsum are going to be back at the same time, inshallah, next week. If we are on earlier, we will let you know. We want to thank everyone for listening, and inshallah, we'll be back next week with a topic on careers and how to choose it. Jazakallah.